my darlings. Good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, ATL By Night. Chapter 5, The Secrets We Keep. Let's welcome our vampires.
I'm Leona Rohr, and I'll be playing Thomasina Elena Cuesta.
I'm Renee Cooper, and I'm playing Hexadecimal.
My name is Tyler Sutherland, playing Aaron Ulrich.
I am Sarah Lafferty, and I'm playing Sybil.
I'm Hannah Murphy, and I'm playing Pippa.
And I'm your storyteller, Ellie Collins. As always, we want to thank the Neighborhood Studio for our wonderful home here and wish everyone a happy Pride, as it is now our month to shine. So without further ado, let's sit back and relax, and let's tell a vampire story. When last we saw our kindred, Thomasina had welcomed the events coordinator traveling in from the Succubus Club. A very different Aaron took time exploring the home. Hex had some hard realities to consider. And Pippa and Sybil, who have had a lot on their minds lately for very different reasons. Tonight, we are going to pick up first with Thomasina. You've had a little bit more time to yourself and time since the Succubus Club meeting to get used to Camila's personality.
Yes.
And she's texted you a few questions over the last week, but as you get up for tonight, please give me a rouse check.
So roused.
Are you at a hunk or two?
No, I'm up.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So what would you like to do tonight?
So I'm going to text Tabitha really quick, just keep her updated on what's going on with the Succubus Club. I'm going to text Alpha as well, and say everything seems to have gone all right with Camille. I did let her know that I knew all of the entrances and exits of the Fox Theater, and if she had any other questions, that I was the one in control of the situation. Do you have any further impressions you'd like me to make?
And the reply you get from Alpha is, "You're doing great. I can't stand that girl. Enjoy."
Okay. And I'm going to text Hex.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, I know you are in a rough place right now. Ready to talk when you are.
Okay, and Hex, you get this text tonight. If you could, please give me a rouse check to start your evening.
This is the red one. Yep. And that is... I'm good.
Okay.
No more.
So you get a text from Thomasina, who at this point, the last you knew was that she had she had left a message that she was leaving. And now you're getting a message probably 2 or 3 weeks later from her.
Okay. All right, that's a call I'm going to have to make, so I'm going to text a few other people first.
Okay.
First, I'm going to text Chad.
Okay.
Because I stole his number from Mark's phone, and I'm going to ask him just like a, "Hey, what's up? Remember me? Halloween." It's going to be really short. "Hey, remember me? Halloween. Have a favor to ask."
and you get back pretty quickly. Of course, I remember you. Oh my god, how have you been? What can I do?
Awesome! Exclamation point, smiley face, heart, sparkle.
Sparkle.
Heart sparkle. I need help tracking people from a database list that I have and want to send you a copy.
And he replies, sure. Are they in trouble, or is this a marketing thing?
Particularly marketing, trying to see how how to categorize them for our lists. So we need to see how they're all related.
And you get back, sure, send the list and I'll help. And maybe we can discuss the results over coffee with a pray hands.
Yes! Exclamation point, thanks. And then I'm going to ask for his email.
And he'll easily send it. Somewhere across the city, a young systems engineer is like, yes.
Nice. So, sure, we'll talk coffee later. So I'm actually going to not send him. So I've uploaded the information that Anton gave me, and I'm not going to send him that particular file. I'm going to copy it to something completely
Just
different
a more
file.
generic
Yes.
spreadsheet.
And send that over to him through email.
Okay.
I'm going to text Dot and just say, hey mom, so sorry, I need a loan. And just send that out and see how that works, because I know I can't come home. And then I'm not going to wait for a response on that one. I'm going to call Thomasina.
Okay. And so, Thomasina, your phone rings.
I'm gonna pick up.
Okay.
So, I know you probably didn't expect this, but yeah, if you want me to, I can send a car and we can talk face to face.
Oh, sure. Let's do it.
I'm going to just be on the lookout. It'll be one of the black SUVs that pulls up. I'll let you know when it's headed your way.
Okay, I'll see you then. Or it.
And I'm going to order like an Uber XL to come pick Hex up to bring her to the King and Queen Towers.
Okay. And so in pretty quick time, an SUV does show up for you.
Okay, so it's been about 3 weeks since she left.
Yep.
I'm gonna go dump as I'm heading down, got a backpack with stuff. I'm gonna head down. I'm gonna check the fridge to see how we're doing on that. I feel
There's one bag.
Good God, he eats a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it, and I'm really not gonna check to see if anyone else is home. I'm just gonna go to the car.
Okay. And so, pretty quiet driver. He just gets out, opens the door for you, lets you in, and just turns around and says, I'm taking you to the King and Queen building?
Yes.
Okay. And he takes off. Let me make his drive roll. Oh yeah, smooth sailing.
Okay.
2.
Only the pros. Only the pros.
And you safely arrive to the King and Queen building. Thomasina, are you waiting outside
I
for
am.
her?
Yeah, I know that it can be a little interesting getting strangers or at least unexpected people to come in.
Especially ones that probably look like me.
Well, and that depends on how you look at this point. I don't know.
Always heavy makeup.
Cool.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be waiting at the entrance down and just gonna go ahead and scan her in and wave her in. And we are gonna head back up to Tabitha's panic room, which I've been pretty well inhabiting for a while now.
Okay.
Much better digs than the house.
It's all set dressing, I assure you. Coming in, and then I'm gonna have her come into the panic room. Panic room has since then had a couple of my older things just kind of furnished it. There's another Craftsman jewelry box that's it's a smaller one that has some of my jewelry. And before we actually head into the room, I'm going to say, do you feel comfortable leaving your phone out here?
Of course not, but for the sake of whatever we're going to talk about, that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you.
So,
I'm going to have her...
do you want me to leave my laptop too? If it makes any difference, it's not connected to anything right now. I'm using it for just, okay.
You can bring that. That's fine. I'm gonna go into the room and just have her leave the cell phone on Tabitha's desk. It's not gonna be touched there.
Yeah. No one has access to this room but you and Tabitha.
I know that. How do I even start? I know it's.
I mean, as someone who's used to leaving and coming back, I never thought you weren't going to come back. It is weird to meet you in this place.
I'm less concerned about that aspect of it. I'm more concerned about everything that we're going to end up talking to you about with regards to Dot.
Who's we?
Myself, Anton, Mel.
Well, me and Anton have already talked.
I'm sure. How did that go?
Oh, he cried. I mean, what else is there to say? He's a little weirded out by... I'm weirded out by the fact that we've got randos coming to our house. Randos being Jackson. And he's just kind of hanging out. And so I kind of put it in perspective, hopefully with Anton, that he does have to be careful who he trusts. If he says he trusts Dot, if you guys say you trust Dot, then maybe there's more to it than what's on face value.
I trusted Dot to do what was best for her. I thought that her interests aligned with ours, and that was a gross miscalculation, I believe. But before I go further into that, I need to know whatever you're willing to tell me that might sway me.
I am not Dot, and as connected as we and us are, sometimes I'm not even really sure her final decision on things. What I can tell you is that I have not been home for a while. Our home, I've been there, but I have
By
not
choice?
been. I mean, it's a mixture, but there's apparently Dot's had company that she doesn't want me to know about. And I'm guessing it's because of the hiring freeze, but I don't know. And that is the truth.
Do you believe that she would rather you have plausible deniability? Or do you believe that she would be endangering you if you were there?
That's a good question. I would like to think that she has my best interest and my safety in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And she has told me consistently to stay close to you all. So to me, that aligns with some sort of trust, not the other way around of being, something super shady or suspicious, even though she does come across that way sometimes. I feel like it's more of she just doesn't want people to know about me.
I can see why. And that's
Thanks.
knowing how valuable you are.
Oh, okay. That makes me
I
feel
could
better.
see why keeping that a well-kept secret is a high priority. But if you are thinking that she loves or trusts you, believe me, I want to believe that too. I don't. I don't believe that. And I'm sorry. But I will say this. My interest in you, knowing how valuable that you are, how smart you are, and how young you are. I know that this is a lot of difficult things that are being thrown at you all at the same time, and these are not decisions about relationships that are going to come quickly. But you are more than her. Clearly you're able to make your own decisions. if you really think that her interests are going to keep you safe, I don't blame you for sticking with them. But if you think ever that she would put you in harm's way when she no longer has use for you, run.
I mean, where do you run when your mom knows everything and everywhere?
She doesn't. She's good, don't get me wrong. She is. It's one of the reasons I thought having her as prince might be a good idea. As far as I was concerned, she already had run and control of this city. However, she can't go everywhere. She doesn't know everything. And I think that she is ambitious enough where she is going to get very blind where it counts. And that could be you.
Well, that definitely does give me a lot to consider. But I think if you understood how the NOS worked, it's not just cameras and, you know, watching cameras across the city and talking to bats. It's other NOS. You know, I know that I'm valuable, but I'm not her only, you know, I'm not the only one.
No.
So there's people all over, so it's not necessarily a Dot only being, and as the Primogen, she has a lot of control over that. I can't even go home right now.
So let me ask you this. If there is such a tight-knit community of Nosferatu here, and believe me, I have seen firsthand, it is closer than most. If you're that close, what is it she doesn't want you to see? Who does she not want you to see? I very much doubt it's other Nos. I very much doubt that.
I think there's a level of me still wanting to trust her that I have not even asked. I'm just Scooby-Dooing my own way around trying to figure out what's been going on in the city. I haven't even really been in contact with Mouse the way I would have usually liked to, but again, I'm trying to... I do feel something may be a little off, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm trying to still trust, and I understand that not everybody can do that, but I'm trying.
I want to offer you something. I did not leave the country in the last few weeks, clearly. It's always something that's open to me, much more so than it is to most. And under certain circumstances, I can move with greater ease for our kind than others.
Okay.
I could take you with me for a time. If you ever feel that you are in danger.
I fly first class.
You think we're gonna fly commercial?
Dumb question. I don't know why I asked.
That's sweet. No. It is unfortunately what I have come to see as the nature of the relationship between sire and child, often.
Yeah.
Whether they mean to or not. And I'm sure on some level, she does more than simply value you as an asset. But I wonder, and I could easily see how she could change her mind. Don't get me wrong, I mostly see you as an asset. I do. But I also see you as someone who has the same trust in their sire I did for a time. And I guarantee you, they don't have to be the last word for you every time. Think it over.
I mean, yeah, that's all I really can do. Again, thanks for being candid.
Is there any, beyond your account of the fact that she is somehow you believe that she trusts others in a way that is implicit and not strictly based on some pragmatic sense of whether or not anyone is useful to her. Is there any reason you can tell me that she didn't sell us out? That she didn't set this up?
I can't guarantee that she did not do that, but I don't know, and I would think that if she did, there is another reason beyond what looks like it's at face value. I'm going to keep believing that until I have a reason not to. An absolute reason not to. It doesn't change how I feel about the coterie. It doesn't change about how I feel about you guys at all. It's just that I just need to know for 100% that this is...
What would you need to know? What would be...
I don't know.
You're not looking for it yet.
I mean, there's data everywhere that you can put together, and we can make assumptions. But there's always something more concrete that keeps everything going. And I understand that trust is just believing that's something I want to happen. But I just need more data on this.
Protect yourself. Do what you need to find things out, and for the love of God, do not trust. Just keep tabs. I've been treated very well by several people who just suddenly decided they didn't have to anymore. And if I'm honest, I've done the same. It is very much in our nature.
Then if you think that, there's nowhere that you can stay too long to feel comfortable.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Not if you're going to be around for as long as I have. I will tell you one thing. The longest I stayed in a place, Cairo is 7 years. Beirut, maybe 5, maybe 6. And then in and out of homes in Damascus, in and out of Turkey.
And where were you turned?
In Spain.
Have you gone back to Spain?
Oh, yeah.
Do
But
you,
to Talavera?
bless you, is that where you were raised, or where you were born?
Born in Madrid.
Okay, so still Spain. I know some geography.
You do.
When do you miss Spain?
Parts of it. I was going to go to Pontevedra. It's Galicia. It's it doesn't look like the rest of Spain. I can't go back to Talavera. I can't. I built too much there and lost so much with that embrace. And that sire, in many ways, there's always going to be someone who stays with you no matter how hard you try to get rid of them.
Thomasina saying that something is tickling at the back of your mind.
Mm. They can tell us everything we want to hear. And they have an into us to tell us the things that break us down the fastest. I stayed the longest, perhaps, when I found more of my kind, finally. I did not stay with Ventru for 70 years. After what my sire did to me, I wanted nothing to do with them. And it wasn't until eventually I did find people that I trusted again, and that same cycle started over. And I can tell you right now that it's worth not having a pedigree when you go into a court. If you have someone who is still in control of everything you're doing, just to be able to say they're not in control, it matters so much more. If you are the one in control of your fate, of your destiny, of whatever you happen to do any given night, it's worth shaking off what you can. It won't be everything.
Are you going to be okay?
246 years. I forgot. It'll be my birthday tomorrow. It says that I will be fine. When you have nothing but time, why wouldn't I be fine? Think about it. Find whatever you need to make sure that you are safe. I'm offering you a potential. It is not a good one. It is just something to get away if you need it. I guarantee you her connections there are not great.
Well, thank you. I can tell that you really mean to help me and protect me, so I will keep that in mind. Or at least that's what I perceive. Yeah, okay, well, I will consider that.
I'm sorry. It's not much, and you're going to be a lot better than most of us. If there's any trust to be had somewhere in the later generations, it'll be you. But for right now, make sure that we trust you because you're smart enough to know who not to trust.
Well, I'm glad that you trust me enough to tell me this. I really am.
You're still young. It matters.
I get that a lot.
You won't for long. Well, no. The way that works out.
I hope.
You'll get it for a good long while then. And then eventually you'll be telling the next generation. And I know that you'll do that with very, very strong consideration about what I've said regarding creating childhood.
Yeah, no, it seems like the whole sire-child thing is rather turbulent situation, hence our whole reason for being here and doing what we do.
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate that. It sounds like you do care, and it's more than just you being afraid of Dot, which is kind of what I had thought.
Oh, I am.
Okay, well, she's scary, but also really cool.
Again, other reasons I really thought that election might work a little, but more and more. Oof. If the connections that you're talking about that she has there are anything like we've been running into, oh, no thank you. No thank you.
Yeah, speaking of things we've been running into, something weird. I've noticed weird. I'll just say that. Is it sounds like you care, and I appreciate that. And if you think that this may be part of everything that's going on, then I guess you let me know. But I just kind of have to get this off my chest. So when you guys were running away from a scary fleshy lady, Lydia, there was right after we all found each other.
Yes.
Everyone just kind of scattered outside, and I thought that was just strange. There's this list that Anton gave me, that Jackson gave him, of all these names. mean, this is just some of the information that I've gotten, and I don't know if that's trustworthy at all.
It's a list of names.
For the Sabbat, I guess. That's what he...
Just a list.
Just a list. It's one of the reasons I think Anton doesn't trust Dot anymore. Some communication they had after he asked her for it. Next time, just ask me. Honestly, if I'm not there, I always have a computer with me. Regardless, I just feel like it's a... I think what I'm really trying to say is I don't trust Jackson, and I think it's very strange that he's been included and he was with you guys even after we knew he was working with Lydia. You guys knew he was working with.
I also know for a fact that he murdered, I can't really recall the number that we might have heard of other Sabbat members. It's quite a gesture if he's just trying to make himself look good. But I can see what you mean. He's not... Gangrel in general are not the easiest things to rely on or control, and there's very little point in either of those things. But...
Oh, okay, speaking of Gangrel, so you know how when we were leaving the facility,
yes.
and we all just kind of, we snuck out because the chick on the phone probably playing Candy Crush or something. I don't know, but we and then Anton took the guy. So obviously we got out of there pretty much clear. Aaron asked later why we didn't kill the girl at the front, and I thought that was strange.
I mean, I couldn't... it's not really my... Well, I could have, but I wouldn't.
Okay,
really.
well, regardless of whether or not we could or not, obviously we could have, but...
Oh, just kill her.
Yes.
Not drain her.
No, I mean, not drain.
No, he wasn't hungry. He wanted to
But he doesn't eat from people.
Was he wondering why you didn't do it?
Why anyone didn't. It just seemed very strange to ask why when we don't... When there's other options.
I mean, she's a potential witness. I mean, we seem to have gotten out fairly smoothly, but...
Yeah. I just thought that was strange.
That he would say that, yeah.
They
did a lot to him.
This is getting a little weird. And they did a lot. Also very weird that how would he get caught twice with Alejandro working with the Second Inquisition?
It's another set of questions I have for someone else who I, again, think... I thought that our interests aligned in at least a couple of ways, and apparently not.
Who are these questions for?
Alejandro.
Yes.
And speaking of Alejandro, we're going to move over to Sybil. Firstly, Sybil, if you could please roll me one hunger die for your rouse check tonight. It'll be one red one.
I don't know what that means. It's blank.
Oh, that's a fail. So you're waking up at hunger 2.
Good. That sounds... I'm taking that.
All right.
Okay.
Hungry baby.
And so, Sybil, you wake up tonight, and Alejandro's home. He let you out of the containment room about a week ago. He had explained to you more in depth that he knows the Second Inquisition has been watching his house. He doesn't know to what depths, but it is safe to assume that there are cameras within the home. He said nothing about your life has to change. They're very well aware of you. They're well aware of the home. Just be careful who you are bringing over from here on out. So when you come out of your room, he's just sitting in the living room, reading a book, listening to his gramophone kind of low.
Good.
What would you like to do?
I guess the last time I would have heard from anybody would when we went our separate ways.
It's been roughly 2 weeks since then. 1 week in the bunker room and 1 week out.
Okay. Probably shoot Pippa a text.
Okay.
Just kind of, how are you? ? And like a happy face. And send a similar text to who I assume is Aaron.
So Aaron, you get no response. Aaron's phone was destroyed.
Big rip.
So he would have a new phone by this point, but you wouldn't have the number yet.
Okay.
And Pippa, you get the text from Sybil.
I text her back. Everything happens so much all of the time. And then the upside down face.
Relatable.
Everything does happen so much all of the time.
I understand back. You said a while back that we needed to talk.
Yeah,
I'm typing real fast with my Nokia. Okay?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think there's a long pause, and then she says, "Yeah, can you take me to the shepherd's mansion?"
She kind of nods. She texts you back, says, "Yeah, I'll be there shortly." With a K.
I'm gonna text her. Let's take my car. Beep beep.
Let's go. I guess so. I'll go over to Alejandro and just kind of pause.
My sunflower, what can I do for you?
Wanted to go talk with Pippa. Have a nice afternoon after evening.
You still spend time with her after everything?
Not recently, but I think there's some things that we should probably catch up on.
I find that to be fair. You have not spoken to me much the last few days. I imagine that you have questions or angry fits to throw at me. Is there anything you need me to answer?
I just feel like with everything that I have heard recently about the sire-child relationship, and I really doubt that you had one motive for flipping me to the dark side, so to speak.
I must confess, I am a bit of a superstitious man, so take this as much of a compliment as it can be. Do you remember when I told you of Methuselahs, the people who are the originators of every clan?
Mm-hmm.
The Methuselah of Clan La Sombra had a child. Her name was Sybil. When I met you, you had a presence to you. You had a power despite the life that you were saddled with. There was something in you that was so strong that clearly powerful Sybils are meant for Clan La Sombra. Maybe reincarnation, maybe good luck, whatever. But I saw in you the potential to be one of the best of us. That is my motivation.
It's a lot more wholesome than I was expecting. But I like it. You're a big softie on the inside.
I am a little bit. It arguably is how I lost Lydia in the first place.
That had to go really pear-shaped for things to end up like they are.
Grief is an easily manipulated thing. When Lydia thought she lost me, it was easy to take her. And I have spent all my time wishing I could get her back and knowing that the Sabbat is the Sabbat. The way that it will take to get Lydia back, I will confess to you. I don't know if I have the strength to do it. If I have the strength to send Lydia into torture. For all she's done, for all she continues to do, I still love her. as I will always love her. These years, they will either turn you cold or they make you weak. My love for Lydia makes me weak. And I know this. And I know that when the day comes and I have to make the decision to send her to Chantilly Harris, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. And that will be my death, most likely. That is why I teach you so hard. Teach you every single thing it is possible to know. It sounds like I am overloading you with information, but I do not want you to walk this world alone.
That kind of sounds like it's going to be that way. This is a suicide mission.
Maybe. Or maybe the woman I love is still in there, and maybe I'm a hopeless romantic that believes in it. Either way, I want you to know as much as you need to know so that you can survive and make friends, make allies the right way, and know how to get by. Because tomorrow is never promised. The SI could decide they no longer have any use for me and come in and take my head off in the next 15 seconds. I want you to thrive and survive. I still believe that you will be the best of us.
Speaking of cameras,
Yes.
they've seen everything.
I do not know what they can see, but I assume that anything that has transpired in this house they have likely seen.
That's going to make things difficult.
Maybe they admire your nice dance moves.
I hope somebody's enjoying them.
I think you are a fine dancer. I do not like that noise you listen to, but I think you get on quite well.
Thanks, Pops. Speaking of complicated relationships, I gotta get to Pippa.
Okay. Please take care and be safe.
I will.
And here, and he reaches down and he pulls out a journal. He hands it over to you. He says, I gave one of these to Aaron. You can write in it. It's like that book that you like, the one with the wizard written by the bad woman.
Oh, Harry Potter.
That one.
Yeah, we don't talk about her much.
Yeah, no, she is terrible. We need to, but I can't fly to England right now. But if you write in it, I will see in my book, and then I can write back to you. It's easier than trying to.
Yeah, it does take, I mean, thankfully I'm a little quicker than I was when I was alive, but yeah, no, the 3, I don't miss that.
No. And I believe the shadow that lives in your book can speak with Aaron's as well, should you need him.
Good.
Like a family group chat.
Closest we can get with the technology aversion.
You can also...
It's like Tom Riddle.
Yes. You can also tell it to take a picture and it will draw how you look in this moment.
Take a screenshot.
So then that way you do not have to go the rest of your life without knowing what you look like, because you are a very beautiful young woman.
Thanks, Pops. You're pretty sweet.
It will be my death one day.
Better dying than becoming pretty bitter, honestly.
I find it a better death that way.
I've seen some people that probably could have used it a while back, so yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be that cruel.
And you should know the Second Inquisition does know about you. They know about you enough where I have a home in their facility. It's like for emergencies. I used to live in their other facility, but then your brother and his friends set the building on fire. So they prefer for me to live off-site, but I have a home if need in emergency, but there are things for you there. There is a guest bed that I can roll out. There's a whole dresser of clothes there for you. I tried to pick them out. I told them to find the most fashionable goth girl on their team and ask her for advice. But so maybe some of it is out of fashion, but I tried.
You did.
And should you ever want to go there, you can just walk through the shadows and you'll be there. They won't bother you. I just want you to know you have a safe place to go for when the outside world gets too much. The SI is terrible, but they won't bother you there.
Thanks.
Be safe, please, Sunflower.
I will, Pops.
Go, have fun.
Yeah, just hop in my Benz, you know what I mean? Pop on over to my girl's house. But yeah, do I need to roll to drive? I feel like I can drive okay. No, I can't.
Yes, please make me dexterity plus drive and add your 2 hunger dice. Remember to replace 2 dice with your 2 hunger.
That was a lot of math. Okay, so I'm going to get the correct amount of dice first.
Yes.
4.
And
then
then
you replace
take
2 of
2
them.
out.
Goodbye with the red ones.
Yes.
All
And
right.
that you roll.
Please don't murder me.
You got 1 success.
You did it.
You're able to get there. You hit a couple steel plates. You're a little worried about the chassis under the Benz.
That's Atlanta.
Yeah, it's Atlanta. You might have to take it into the shop later, though.
Okay.
But you make it to Pippa's.
I'll text
Parking
her.
lot.
I'll text her my new address.
Yes, your new address at the wonderful vintage high-rise across the street from the Fox Theater.
Mm-hmm. I will, when she tells me she's there, I'll go down and just make a beeline towards her and just give her a big old hug.
He's gonna hug back. Be a little like, oh, hi, hello.
Can we take my car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Do you like the new place?
Nice digs. Very
Yeah.
nice digs. Went very nice.
Yeah. It's very spooky Tremere up there. It's real good stuff.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah. It's also a 1 bedroom and a 1 bathroom, which would
It's
probably
not a car.
Well, it's not a car. It's the first time I've not lived in my car for a while, actually. Now that I think about it, I haven't really been thinking. I've been trying not to think. We're gonna talk about that later. Let's go get into the Jeep.
Try not to think.
Yeah.
My life.
I have a question.
Yes.
My Jeep is still so important to me because it was really
Yes.
my makeshift haven.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she would have checked this thing over several times to make sure there were no bugs or tracking devices or anything like that inside of it.
Let's have you roll for that. We'll call this
Ooh.
Wits and Investigation.
Wits and that's intimidation.
Right,
That's
right.
investigation.
Write everything down. Just write it down. Pass it to me in a note.
Bug just
Start
comes up,
touching,
it's like,
touching.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool.
You just have.
Let's just
Can I round
touch
some blood
everything
for
in
this?
the car.
And you're fine.
I'll let you do it.
Woohoo!
You also can spend a willpower if you roll terribly.
Again, what if I
Woohoo.
just rub my hands everywhere?
And I get 2.
That technically would work.
And since my blood potency is 3, I get 2 rather than 1.
Correct.
Yes.
Catch me metal detecting this real quick though. I'm just like
Just have Sybil walk through just to screw everything up. Yeah.
That would absolutely work.
Oh well.
Hope the car still works.
Oh, do I need to roll for hunger for tonight?
Yes. As you have woken up, you need to roll for hunger.
I'm good.
Okay.
Well, no, I need one of those. Sorry. I only use number dice usually, so I'm like, what is this?
I have absolutely no idea.
Whew, we're gonna burn a roll power on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay, that is 1, 2, 3 successes then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking through the card, there are no devices.
Cool.
The only thing on the card is a low jack, but it is not active.
There's a low jack on the car.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta show me things. I'm just throwing that out there.
Corrosive. I'm gonna just do corrosive vitae now that I remember that I have it. Instead of just beating a tire thing off my car. I'm gonna corrosive vitae and just.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And does corrosive vitae require a rouse check?
I believe so. I don't have it right in front of me. I wrote down everything but
Let's
that.
do it for shits and giggles.
Shits and giggles.
Get hungrier.
Okay. You are at hunger 2, but you are easily able to melt off the low jack.
Cool.
So, you making some modifications? Little aftermarket mods?
That
there,
was
bud?
not my aftermarket mod.
That's good. If you don't mind, and she's just gonna start patting all over the car. I'm just gonna go over it once more, and she's being very thorough. She's talking, but we're touching a lot of the
It's
car.
just this bipedal rare earth magnet.
Yeah.
So, if there was anything, it's thoroughly well and trashed.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's completely
Honestly
wiped
though,
out.
I could be used as like a hard drive wiper if we ever have any. Just slap my hand on there real quick.
Okay, and so you guys are
I
good to go.
open the car, I get in, and then I look at my seat and I go, just shove it all on the floor, it's
She
fine.
totally
And it's
does.
like full of
She's
like
like-
very old looking books and papers.
Oh God, no! And she's not gonna fucking do that. She's gonna be like, "What do you fucking mean?" Starts putting them down gently. I like stacks my foot up there. These look old.
Yeah, when you're Tremere, some people get snooty about books and they're like, oh, don't crease the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's tools. You can crease it, whatever. Who cares, as long as you get the information in your brain. That's a long story. I don't need to go on that. Come on, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in the car, it starts up, and I play my my weird sad music.
Good.
Yes.
Just kind of like.
And then we get going.
All right, and you guys take off to the house, and we are going to jump to Aaron.
Aaron.
So Aaron, or rather not Aaron,
The un-Aaron.
tonight, at this point, all of the shepherds are out of the house. Probably with various things to do. It's been a couple weeks in the house. You've had time to look around, get very familiar with things, even find the trapdoor basement that you had been told about. And you walk outside, and the cold air of the night feels amazing. The freedom of looking into an evening where no one is giving you directives, telling you what you need to do, giving you further expectations. It's not that you hate your mission. You actually quite like it. But you just were unprepared for the feeling it would be to come out into the world for the very first time. And it even strikes you the timing. It's almost your birthday. Or really, as far as you could consider a birthday. June 15th, the day you were created. And when it rolls around, you'll be a whole year old. A fitting present to know the outside world right around your birthday. What would you like to do tonight?
I want to explore the undergrounds. I don't think with Anton being down there as much, I've felt comfortable exploring it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the darker parts of the underground, I want to take a gander.
Okay. And so you do find pedestals that held potentially statues. There's some broken stone around a few of them. There is a medical room with various pools, deep baths, and medical things with books on how to plastinate a body. Though they look older than the inhabitants here, as far as the information you have on this house, it's likely that the old Rossellini family that lived here did that. Your bosses were very keen on any information you could find on the Rossellinis. And then there is a larger room with multiple coffins lining each side. From your information, this is likely where the members of the Rossellini and Giovanni family met their end, and a large throne at the end of the room.
I want to check a few of the coffins, see if there's any remains left.
There is ash remaining in about 8 of the coffins.
Gotcha. I want to sit on the throne for a second.
So you do, and you sit on the throne, and it's hard marble, but feels kind of nice.
It does. Alright, that was enough.
And there is a giant ornate G above it that you know is the symbol of Clan Giovanni.
The blueprint said something about a back hatch or back exit.
And when you look kind of around the throne, you do see the exit back hatch that, according to the blueprint, should go up into the barn.
Okay. I don't want to go there yet. I'll just make a note of it. And return the way I came, back towards ending up in the kitchen, as always.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do tonight?
That was enough for tonight.
Okay. And so you decide to take another walk towards the back. There was more information about a gravesite at the back that might have some more Rossellini information. And during that time, a car pulls up, and that is where we are going to take our break. We will be back in a little bit. Gonna stretch our legs, get some water. See you guys in a minute. Welcome back. So, Pippa, you have arrived to the home with Sybil.
Sybil. My darling dear Estes. Things are going to get very bad.
I had a funny feeling it was going to be something like that. But just how bad are we talking?
Very, 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 very bad. Whatever happens within the next however long we have until sunrise, I just know there's a point, and ultimately, all I want is for you to survive and for me to survive. That is my goal here.
Tonight?
In general. I mean,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
tonight, but that's also...
I mean, yes, no, I just didn't know if this was going to be another mano-y-mano, we're going to a demon wrestler fight sort of situation.
I don't want it to be... Oh, God. I just wish I could have at least gotten my hands on him and just... Anyway. I still have that werewolf's phone number. Another day. Do you still have the cool rock?
Yes. Not get any more.
I throw it out the window, and I pull a new one out of my pocket, and there you go.
Are we gonna talk about this?
Do you wanna?
I mean, so I took this because I am a millennial and I do like shiny rocks.
Yes.
However, after spending some time with Anton, I realized that some of you can do some interesting things to things. So,
It is a very cool rock.
it is a very cool rock.
All right, let's go. And I cut the keys, grab my Tremere bag,
Just put it back. Guess I'm not getting any answers.
and start heading up.
Okay. And so you knock on the door, and Hex, you are in your room and you can hear someone knocking on the door.
Where is this from our conversation, my conversation with Leon?
You've probably been home from Thomasina's about an hour or two.
Yeah, okay. So I hear the knock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to check one of the obscure cameras I have just on my phone. Oh, did I get a message back from Dot about the loan?
You have not yet.
Okay, so I'm going to check, and I can see that there are two people that
You can see that there are two girls at the front door.
I've never
I'm
seen these
shimmying.
girls before, and the one is shimmying. I don't like this.
Well, one of them is like a fuzzy shadow shimmy.
Yeah, I know, no kidding.
Yeah,
I can't see.
one of them is just a moving, like,
Just
glitch.
dancing shadow.
Mm.
Anyone else home? Is anyone else home right now?
As of right now, you don't know that anyone else is home. It's just you.
That's really scary now that I think about it.
You're a millennial, you don't answer the door.
I don't, and I don't know who they are, and I'm already very freaked out about people being here.
Ding dong.
Opening the
All
mail
right.
slot. Hello.
I really don't know what to do in this situation because I don't want to answer the door. All right, I'm going to go downstairs and turn on make sure PlayStation's on if it
Okay.
wasn't already.
The
And
PlayStation
just-
was already on.
All right,
before
so
you
it's set
left.
up for record. Okay, so and does it face the door or is
Yes.
it more the living room? Got
Where
it.
the living room is,
Yeah.
from the entryway, the PlayStation camera can see the door.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to the door.
And since it can see the door, I will say, and because your other cameras can see outside, the girl in the red dress is familiar. You've seen her at the house before, but not physically in the house, but you've seen her with the group at one point.
Okay.
So she's at least somewhat familiar, but you did not know who she was.
Recognize a shadowy blob.
I don't recognize shadowy
Unfortunately,
blob.
not gonna be.
I'm not gonna go to the front door. I'm going to go out another way
Oh, okay.
and come and meet them from probably like the garage side, like however the other side. And I'm gonna, before I meet them, I'm going to sense the beast on them just
Okay.
to see. That's one. Do I need to roll for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Just arouse it.
just rouse. Okay.
Yeah, it's just aroused.
I do not get hungry.
Okay, wonderful. And you can tell that they are both kindred.
Okay.
And there's nothing else about them that should give you any alarm.
Okay. Then I'm gonna peek around and may I help you?
Oh,
Hi. Who are you?
you live here?
I do live here. Who are you?
Who are you?
No, we're gonna get stuck in a loop here. Hi, I'm.
We don't tell random kindred our names.
But we should tell random kindred that have lived here your names.
I don't know that.
All right, now.
Is the Russian guy here?
Anton,
No.
That's right, Anton, or the Bruja.
if you're not,
I know the Bruja, Thomasina, I remember her name.
Okay.
Aaron, obviously.
Aaron, yes, obviously Aaron.
Melissa, it's not Melissa.
The Bruja.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, no name, just.
You know, Aaron, you don't What are you?
Okay, who are you?
You know, I feel
I'm Hex.
like I'm Sybil.
Hi, Sybil. I'm not going to touch your hand.
I'm not. I'm just the
That's fair. That is fair.
shadowy.
I know. I can tell, and I don't.
That's fair.
Yes. I like your clothes, though.
Thanks.
Welcome.
I don't recognize you.
Same. It's very strange for you to come to somebody else's house, and yes, this is my house, and ask more about me. But since now you know my name, what are you guys doing here?
We're here to talk to the shepherds.
Continue.
Shit's hit the fan. As per usual.
Are
really,
you
it
the
sounds.
shepherds?
I am one of them.
Can we see more of them? Can we go inside the house? At least,
Inside-
where is... Okay, let's find your brother.
He's your...
Not literally.
Wait, but your dad is Alejandro?
Yeah, the same.
Okay, first of all, how did... you have been here. God damn it. What okay. Don't touch anything. You. Do not touch anything. Don't put anything down. Don't take anything out of your pockets. I want to know where your hands are all the time.
They're right here.
All right. Well, if you keep them up and just don't take anything out as long as they're empty, I guess I'll let you inside. I do not like this. No one else is home with. So I'm just gonna open the door.
Okay.
There's probably a lock or something. Probably, I don't know, but I'm gonna open the door. I have a key.
Keypad entry, you've
Yeah.
got it.
And since you guys are already possibly familiar with this house, please sit on this couch. And again, don't touch anything.
And so Hex leads you into the living room to sit down.
And I'm going to sit on a separate chair. And no one else is here that I know of. I haven't seen Anton, and I think Aaron is around. But what do you need the shepherds for?
Can you text your brother? Well, just maybe.
I mean, I did. He hasn't answered.
Really?
Not surprising.
How's he been?
He's a
Weird.
very doting.
Did you guys link back up?
After what? Since when? I don't know what you know. I just know that you know where we live.
That's fair. And to be fair, I would also be very suspicious.
Sibs.
It has happened. Yes.
This is, we're going to call this a teaching moment. You are an adult with your own, agency here right now, but generally, cards close to chest, we don't know this, that she might have a stack of bodies in a back room, or a stack of, dust in a back room.
To be fair, shepherds probably wouldn't let her in the house if she was an actual liability to us immediately now.
To be fair, they also let me into the house.
To be fair, I've already told you this is my house.
Right. Your house. I agree. She'll get there. Last that I knew, we were in a nice little bunker deep down under with the little shadow portal, because and we were hanging out there for a while, me and my pal. Well, for a little while.
Yeah.
Aaron was there.
Aaron was where?
He was in the panic room with us.
We made a safe word and everything.
It was I got invited to family dinner. And
Yeah.
It's very bad.
Stop. I'm sorry, what? You guys are in a underground...
So, Pops put us in a bunker, keep us safe,
Okay.
and Aaron was there.
Keep you
because
safe from
he's,
what?
You know, the Sabbat, and the blood hunt and things. I don't know. You guys were the one getting into trouble. Maybe not you guys.
Aaron was... When would you have had time to get Aaron? He was at the club with the Sabbat.
So the thing about shadows
Yeah.
is they can do things and take people places.
Yeah, it's, you
But
know.
At what point did they...
I mean, I can't say exactly when it happened, chronologically speaking. For
What
you
was Aaron
guys.
wearing when he was in the panic room?
He was really. It's so funny when people try to do what they think the Sabbat looks like. It was actually very obvious. It was a really bad
Was it a
look.
lot of purple?
Yeah, it's like when they do people do 60s parties and they do the flower girl, and it's just the worst idea of what it is. That's what the vibe was.
Okay, it's my closet, but and how I'm okay. I'm gonna hold, and I take my phone out, and I'm going to text Thomasina and Anton, just everybody minus. Do I have Aaron's new number?
You would have Aaron's new number.
Okay,
yes.
texting everybody. Where are you? Please call ASAP or come home.
Okay.
Period. And then I'm sending that out to everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Thomasina, you received nothing.
All right. You had. Forgive me. I'm a little confused. You know, hold on one second. I'm gonna go check Aaron's room.
Okay.
And
He's not in there right now, but it's Aaron messy.
okay. This is not helpful at all.
Could I run Sense the Unseen real quick?
Yes.
Can you remind me what I roll for that? I apologize.
I believe that one is a rouse check.
Cool.
We're uncertain of all of our rouse checks.
Oh, I am up to 3 hungy tonight.
Okay.
Hungies.
And so there is a bit of a knot in the pit of your stomach as you look around. And it's hard to tell as you're looking around if that knot is your hunger or the fact that there are 3 different ghosts in this house right now.
Oh no.
What do they look like?
You can't tell just with Sense the Unseen, but you can tell that there is a ghostly presence in 3 different points of the house.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of, you can just see the shapes sort of moving. But you can't check details, you're just familiar that this is what ghosts look like.
Cool. No other nos hiding in the corners?
Nope.
Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna come right back up. Please tell me you didn't touch anything, specifically you.
I'm not even the one that has the weird magic stuff.
Doesn't matter. So, Aaron, we found Aaron in an SI facility, the same SI facility that has your clothes hanging in a closet in a really comfy looking room.
Yeah,
Had.
Dad told me about that. He said I could go there if I needed to.
Okay.
He works.
Yeah, we know where he works, but this
No.
is not.
You couldn't have picked. You couldn't have saved him because he was with me.
Remember what your dad said? Come quiet.
Do we want to share?
Cameras.
What-
Cameras. Lots of cameras. Remember, Daddy SI pays the money.
Yeah, but that's why I'm concerned.
Come quiet.
If
No, yeah, kumquat, but kumquat in the cameras.
First of all, don't do that to my cameras. What are you saying right now?
We'll talk about kumquat just a moment.
No. Faces that look right might not be right now. There's all sorts of nonsense going on, apparently.
So, long story short, there might be a bit of a face swap going on. And
Swapped with who?
I don't know if it's an actual swap. Like, I don't think anyone literally ripped anybody's face off.
I
Wait,
would
wait, whoa,
not
whoa,
be
whoa, whoa.
surprised.
I wouldn't either.
Wait, so
Kindred get up
if
some
you
weird shit.
found Aaron, did you take him home?
Of course.
Then what happened?
So,
There's 2 Aarons.
all right, well,
How
don't
are there
like
2
this.
Aarons? How has no one noticed that there have been 2
I'm gonna
Aarons
check my
for 2
phone again.
weeks?
Like, has anybody responded or any?
Nope.
I'm going to.
if you guys found...
Are they working together?
I don't think so.
Because if no one's noticed that there are 2
Where's the real Aaron?
Aarons,
Wait. Is your Aaron not the real Aaron?
Well, what I'm going to say personally is I don't feel like my pops makes mistakes like that. If he grabbed that Aaron, he probably had the touch of oblivion. So I can't imagine that
Yeah,
every
but-
other fake is going to run around with that.
Anton also checked, and from Antonness, it seemed like that was our Aaron. The Aaron. Where is your Aaron right now?
I'm not his babysitter.
Okay, well, you were just stayed in a bunker together for who knows how long. It seems like you guys
it was
at
a
least
deeply
know.
uncomfortable night.
So we came back here, I think. And we went our separate ways. We didn't know where you guys were. That was the thing. We had no idea. We plucked him right out of the thick of things, and then you guys were on your own.
Well, I wasn't really in the thick of things.
No.
In fact, this doesn't make any
I was
sense.
chilling,
Okay,
I was trying
Was
to do
there
a
a
ritual.
time where you guys didn't know where he was?
I mean, I also don't check up on Aaron all of the time. Shepherds don't have to do that, but
We
all
need to
I
get him a
know is
dog
there was
collar.
a run. There was a run through the city. I found almost everyone except Aaron at the SI facility,
Which is very funny. I still stand on that.
and then he was inside of the SI facility before we got there, already looking pretty terrible, actually.
He was not, because he was with us.
Okay, well, I'm telling you what I saw, and it was Aaron.
Either way, got a duplicate? Look, this is a lot. I knew that being a kindred was just the most extra.
Also, okay, we can also actually use the word Canite.
Question. How do you know where we live?
Aaron brought us here.
Now,
The real Aaron.
well, how do we even know that?
I don't know. At this point, I honestly would like a recover of the rule book, because when I signed on the terms and conditions, this was not on it.
They
Checking
never
my phone
are.
again.
They never are.
Nothing.
Okay.
You good?
I don't.
I'm gonna text Mark because he's the only other person that I know his number I
Mark.
have, and say I need you at the house and just send that out.
Okay.
Okay. This is a big problem. Because I don't know who else is here. This is not supposed to be the fun house. This is supposed to be the safe house, and now it is no longer safe. We have too many people coming here, and I'm a little bit concerned because the 2 latest people who have come here have told us that the person that we saved is not actually Aaron.
Pippa, real quick, if you could please make me wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness, that is 6. Cool.
I believe.
4, 5. Can I borrow a red die, please? Ooh, that hurts. Oh, okay, that's a fancy onk and a regular onk.
Okay. So 2 with 1 critical.
Yes.
As you're staring at Hex during this conversation, you recall that you've seen her face before. There's a picture of her and Dot together on Dot's desk. And Dot had told you she had this wonderful childer that she was so proud of, named Hex. And she had told you if you ever met her, you two would probably not get along at all.
Did she say that she was also a part of all of this?
She said Hex has no clue, so make sure to stay quiet.
Okay. Cool.
You said that he was acting weird.
Yeah, he had been taken to... This is not the first time he's been captured in an SI facility. And now that we know Alejandro, it's very strange to me that he was able to get taken again. People should know.
It's pretty easy to... I mean, when you have those sort of abilities, it's not like a difficult ask to grab somebody if it's dark enough.
But somebody who looks like... Alejandro... You guys have a room there. There's no way that they wouldn't know. He couldn't know what's going on there. You guys know what's going on in the SI facilities.
I don't. Let me throw that out there. I keep...
Well, your pops does.
Fair enough.
The easiest answer here is you found an experiment.
That's the easiest answer?
That is, when the Sherlock Holmes said a thing, and I cannot remember it, but it was the easiest thing.
Even if...
However impossible, probable must bring the truth, knife edge thing, I don't know.
Basically, when you've ruled out everything else, even the impossible can be the possible thing. My point, you guys know Aaron and his personality.
Yes.
Right? That's probably how you figure it out.
Or we say the safe word.
No, cameras. He's on SI's payroll. They're watching us. That's why I've been allowed to exist, I imagine. That's why I had a safe room.
How can they watch you on cameras?
I mean, not me, but,
Storyteller, any messages at all coming in?
None.
Okay, I'm going to call Hawthorne.
Okay.
Just going to call him.
He answers. Hey, baby doll, what's up?
Okay, sorry, just checking to make sure my phone worked.
Yeah, you got a problem with your phone?
I have a lot of problems with a lot of things.
Yeah, I imagine that's how your shit goes.
Yes.
Wait, real quick. Is this a booty call?
This is not a booty call right now. I gotta go. But
Okay.
thank you for answering. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh my gosh, this is not the time for any of those things. Okay.
Your phone starts ringing
That
again.
was
I answer it
It's
immediately.
Hawthorne.
Hello?
Sorry, I didn't say I love you. Okay, bye.
Oh my God, thank you.
hangs
I
up.
love you too. Bye.
So is
My
this like a
heart.
romance?
This is not important right
That's
now.
not the point.
Okay.
You guys with me. And I'm going back down to Aaron's room.
Okay.
And I'm just going to look around and see if there's anything that, I don't know, it's gonna dog tags. I'm gonna see if he was wearing a military shirt. Are there any like dog tags or anything that are just like, okay, that was the one thing that I kind of knew from the thing.
And Pippa, you're kind of seeing in her frantic nature that if there was anyone that it was safe to tell, it would be her.
I'm literally like I'm looking at everything. I'm trying to find anything that looks uncanny. Like, is there any sort of technology in the room? Like, is there any, like that book that he's always looking at? I'm trying to look for any of those things.
Hey,
Nothing seems out of place.
I don't want to make the situation even worse, but also it might be pertinent while we're here that, hi, I'm Sabat. I'm here to defect, but that's also why I'm here.
Oh my gosh, it's not the day I wanted. Why is nobody answering my phone?
Yeah.
Aren't you guys supposed to be good with that? I know I can't receive phone calls really that easily.
Yeah. Wait. Yes, I'm good with phones. You're not good with phones, hence why I want you to stay far from me.
Oh, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Were you Sabat when Aaron brought you here?
I've been Sabat since the year of our Lord 1995. It's a long story. That's actually why I'm here. But I think we have a doppelganger, and I want to see what it looks like on the inside. Actually,
Oh, good.
I'm going to call Anton. and like dial Anton's number and try to call him.
It rings and rings and rings and then goes to voicemail.
There's something very wrong here. I cannot.
A text does come through from Dot that just says, "Hey, sorry I've been so busy lately. Do you want to go to the Skyview Ferris wheel and hang out tonight? I'm really sorry. I feel like a bad mom."
Yes. Period. Time. Question mark. Is what I
And she
respond.
sends you back like in 2 hours.
Yes. Okay. Whew. Oh. Okay. Spot. Sombra. Nobody. I'm gonna Aaron's stuff.
Is that normal for them?
For whose?
I don't know, your crew. You guys seem pretty tight, at least the last few times that I've hung out with
I
you
mean,
guys.
it's not normal for somebody to be not who we think they are.
I mean, that's a given. It seems like that sort of shit's always happening to you guys, so.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. What's your question again? Is it normal for?
For you not to be able to get a hold of them.
No, that's strange. And unnerving.
When was the last time you saw Aaron? Like, the very last time?
It probably would have
in the
just
past-
been the other day.
Yeah, it was yesterday. He drinks all of the blood in the refrigerator, obviously.
Does he typically do that?
Yeah, he does. That's pretty normal. The only abnormal thing was, again, when we were leaving, he just seemed slightly more violent than usual, and just his understanding of how we usually do things, but that could be Anton rubbing off on him. Could be Mel rubbing off on him. I have no ideas, but
Give it violent with who?
when we escaped, we did so very sneakily, and it was
You guys
just...
escaped?
We were in the SI facility. We had to take Aaron out of the SI facility.
What if they let you take him out of the SI facility?
Ooh. Ooh, you got the bait.
I'm just saying, it sounds
sorry,
like
that's
they're
just good.
pretty savvy. And I don't know that they would just let... I mean, I have a key and I didn't even know how to get in there. Or out.
I propose a hunt.
Alright, I think that's a little
I'm-
extreme.
Going to take Aaron's store,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to, like, rip it off the hinges. Like, I am just, like, I'm trying to stay calm, and I'm not able to do it. And
Make
so
me a strength and brawl check.
Strength.
Hex is no good, very bad day.
And roll.
And Pippa still has so many
Do I
secrets
need to
to
do
share.
one?
Sorry, Sybil's here for the hard
I
realization.
have one hunger. Do I need to switch it out for
Yes.
one? Okay.
So many secrets.
You know, actually use
This
this.
house is bugged.
1, 2, 3 successes.
You easily rip it clear off the hinges.
What the fuck?
Beautiful.
I
You guys have some weird
need to leave in a bit, and you cannot stay here. But I need this information to get to the rest of my coterie, including Aaron, wherever he is. Where did you last say you saw your Aaron?
Dropped him here, but that was a week ago. 2, maybe.
Okay.
And I haven't been able to reach him because his number's, I assume, trashed.
I mean, he lost probably all his tech when he was coming in. He's not very good with it anyway, so it doesn't really help. Don't you have like he's got like a book that he talks to Alejandro in. Could you ask Alejandro to
Oh, and she'll just,
that thing?
yeah.
That.
Ooh, what is that?
You know, Tom Riddle with the Chamber of Secrets and the Ritty Righty message comes back.
Yeah.
You know,
can
yeah.
I see it?
No.
No.
Don't let
no.
her, please.
Sorry. All right, hey, now hold on.
Can you send him a message now? So we see where he is.
Assuming he has it. And not him, but yes.
I mean, he didn't have a lot of things.
When you were looking in his room, you would see that his
Yeah.
journal was in his bedside drawer.
His notebook was there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I was
It was
looking
just
for that.
it was just in the bedside drawer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I want to open that out and take it out.
Okay.
And,
It's blank.
okay, can you, like, scribbles and etch-a-sketch and see if I...
I'm gonna draw a very small penis.
Okay. It fades out. You don't see anything in the book. You do get text back from Alejandro that says, "I'm glad to see you figured out how to work it."
There's text back a sorry, wrong number, question mark. I was
And-
trying to get to Aaron.
You get back a crudely drawn 90s version of an XD face.
Good.
And underneath it is written, "That one is a laughing face."
Oh. Okay, so can you see anything in this book? If you were...
I'll take it. Do I see anything at all?
When you hold the book, your text appears on the screen, or on the pages.
La Sombra activated.
So how...
So showing it to Hex, you can't see anything.
I don't see anything.
Ooh, I really want to. Can I just
Don't-
see it?
Please
later?
don't
This is
touch
not the
it.
time.
Okay.
Look, there's plenty of time.
You
for
can
the
essentially
song.
gather this is a for La Sombra eyes only.
But he has the book. I don't know if he's been using this book.
I wonder if he could read it. Well, I wonder if
If-
the right one could read it and the wrong one could not read it.
Any Aaron shows up here right now, he's not going to be happy with me, and he probably won't have time to read a book because this is some bullshit.
I'm not talking about reading a book. Just draw a crudely drawn emoji. Very quick test.
I guess it depends on when he comes back because I need to meet someone.
I can't go. We have fun here. We've had fun here, but the reality of it is, hi, I'm defecting from the Sabbat, and I need a place to stay.
Hi, you're definitely very lucky that I didn't know that as soon as you walked through the door, and now is probably not the best time to tell me, but because there are other bigger problems. So you need to stay here.
I just want to be able to. Can I just stay until I can talk to everybody?
I'm not the person supposed to be making decisions. I do not like this aspect of this.
Please.
I won't touch anything.
I don't know that you will know what you're not touching, so I can't necessarily leave you really anywhere else but on this couch, and then even then I'm very nervous about that.
I could.
Checking my phone again obsessively. Any response from anybody else?
There's a text from Hawthorne that just says sorry.
I'm pretty sneaky. Could just very quietly tag along. Sneak snack. Sneaky.
You can't outsneak a lost dog.
I mean, I
Mouse.
can if I go into.
Well, they know everything.
Pippa, you do have information that could maybe convince Hex
I
to hate you
know.
less.
Hey. Can you... Look, I'll go. If you just walk me out, at least.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for leaving.
I'd like to wait for Aaron. Or
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Aaron.
I don't
Aaron.
trust that because if we just have an Aaron plant in our house, I don't think that makes you particularly safer than
I
anyone
can
else.
handle myself.
I don't not trust that.
well, will you walk out with me, too?
Fair enough.
I'm like,
Look,
please.
what you need to know... Just walk and talk. What you need to
Okay.
know...
So we're going out the front door.
Well, walking through the house,
Okay. Go back to the living room.
my pack is dead, and my faith is shaken, and I have a friend now, and I'm tired of running, and I just want a place to stay. And then I stay quiet until we get outside and walking down the drive. Once we're outside, I say, okay. I look around. Are there any places where bugs can be hiding, cameras that can be hiding?
No, this is a very long driveway, so it's a long lawn.
Okay.
It's probably about a half mile.
Cool. And as we're kind of maybe 100 feet away from the house, I go, okay, so here's the actual thing. Yes, I am defecting. I am very sad. I don't think you can win this war. I don't think you can win this war against the Sabbat. However, I am very tired. So I'm putting my hat in the ring with you, all of you. You should know your mom was with us.
With you where?
In Marta. She took me down there.
I'm sorry, I thought...
In the bunker?
No. So, news to everybody. After we left, I got a message, and I went to a MARTA station, and I met a very friendly, very creepy lady who took me to a lot of very interesting people, and a very interesting woman was there with the bishop, which makes me think you can't win this, however.
Who was the creepy lady and who was the interesting lady?
Well, the creepy lady was the Nosferatu Primogen. She seems very proud of you. And
Are you telling me Dot is Sabbat?
I'm very sorry that we're giving you literally every bad piece of news today. I realize that. I just need everyone to be prepared that you're probably, there's not some sort of truce
Pops doesn't know.
or some sort of, on y'all's end, the Camarilla is done. They've brought in at least a big Sabbat gun. And they have the Nosferatu of the city on their side.
And you would recall additionally the Caliph of the Banu Hakim was also with them.
Yes, and it's a Caliph of the Banu Hakim, so that's fun too. And they are very good at killing people. Now, I will say, I lost my faith a long time ago. But I don't want to throw my hat in the ring with someone that's going to get me killed. But I've lived long enough. I lived way past my expiration date, and if this is how I die, at least I'm trying to save some of the rats off the Titanic.
Oh, whatever. At least you're going down as good company.
And Hex, you do get a text from Dot that just says, "Traffic is shit, on my way."
Still going to your meeting?
Yes.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm surprised you would ask since you seem to have so much more information than I have been able to acquire in all of my research and all of my time and all of my thought or connections.
I just always assume every Nosferatu knows everything about everything, and that's why I like to be in the middle of a bunch of trees before I tell people the actual truth. I've been directed to infiltrate the shepherds, and so that's what I'm going to do.
Smart.
I am infiltrating the shepherds.
And to what end?
To get your trust, I suppose.
That's not worth shit anymore. So, unfortunately, you came to the house on the wrong day and the wrong time.
You sure I can't stay?
There is a...
I can do some pest control for you.
All the pests are my friends, so please don't.
No, the stray one. The one you brought back, the cuckoo.
I would love more information on that as well, but just...
Look,
most of the rooms are... There's a lot of rooms here. Do not go in the basement. Do not go in the room at the very top with the loud music coming out. Don't even go near it, please.
what is that room?
It's mine.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, and I can't because, you know.
Please don't. But any room that is empty...
Is there like a library? I can't...
Is there a library that's not...
There's the two-story
Anton's.
library that Anton has claimed a lot of use of, but it has the entrance
Okay.
to the basement.
Oh, it has an entrance to the basement.
But it's a large
Yeah.
two-story library.
There is a library. Just don't go into Anton's room. You particularly stay out of Anton's room. I can see a lot of what goes on in this house, so if you get any ideas, lose them.
Like I said, I assume every Nosferatu knows everything. I assume there's always Nosferatu in the room with me at all times. That's the safest way to live your life.
That's...
Well, keep that
Extremely
assumption when you're
fair.
here. Do not leave until I come back.
Mm-hmm.
And if others come back, you seem to already be friends, but do not tell them about Aaron yet.
What if it's...
If it is Aaron, Aaron squared, Aaron doppelganger, keep him there. Just don't let him think that anything is weird. But see if he can use that book. And as I'm walking away, like, I have to go. I'm...
Alright, Hex. Be safe.
Alright.
If we get near my car, I'm gonna actually get in there and, because I had time, would I have been able to make more than one bloodstone?
In this time, yes.
I'm gonna, pop the trunk and pull out my little thing of all my creepiness, and I'm gonna dig in and get another cool red rock, and I'm gonna give it to her. You. Hold it out to you.
Maybe you should discuss...
What is that?
Yeah, now would be the time. Since
Okay.
I've got one tucked under my boob.
This is what we call a bloodstone.
Mm.
It's kind of like, find my friends for Tremere. I know where it is at all times.
So you low-jacked me.
Yes. If you didn't know, you probably would have taken it off of you at some point, and then what if something terrible had happened? Then I wouldn't know where you were. It is also a cool rock.
I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not your friend, though.
No. Life 360.
But I can tell by how you treat this one that you're not terrible. So, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it in a backpack.
All right. I'm also going to grab my duffel bag.
Then I'm gonna hop on my bike and make my way down
Making my way downtown.
downtown. To
Okay.
Skyview.
So you pull up to Skyview, and there's a plainly dressed woman, but you know that's Dot's typical guise. And she comes up and gives you a tight hug, says, "Already got our tickets. Please do forgive me. It's been absolute chaos. I'll explain everything inside, walls have ears and all that."
We're getting on in the carriage on the wheel thing.
It's one of the only safe places in Atlanta to talk openly. And you can remember that one for the future.
For the future. That's right next to the tabernacle, right?
It's about a block and a half away. You can see it from the sky view.
The ashes of the tabernacle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rip tabernacle.
R.I.P. tabernacle. All right, I'm gonna go into the carriage with her.
And you get in, and she kind of kicks back. She waits until she's clearly out of eyesight of the humans and drops it. And she's like, ugh. So, yeah. I have a confession for you, dear.
Can't wait here.
Atlanta is a complicated city. And I brought you into a very complicated city because you are the kind of person that this city needs. Kindred society here was almost near gone when the final nights happened. God, I probably lost 20 friends over the span of a few hours. There's someone on the Primogen Council, Falcon. She thinks I don't remember. I almost accidentally killed her. That's the chaos that time was. She thinks I don't remember. It makes her feel a little bit more comfortable around me.
Why would you have killed someone who is currently in our camera?
Oh, back then, you couldn't tell who was who. It was kindred attacking kindred. Absolute apocalyptic shit. Falcon came at me. I retaliated. She's unfortunately quite young. She almost didn't survive. Well, young relatively. But I worry about you and the people that you hang out with. And she reaches over and touches your cheek. And as she's touching your cheek, she says, those two girls that were at the house, horrible agents of the Sabbat. They know that you're my daughter, and they're trying to kill you. I want you to stay safe and keep them far away from you. Kill them if you have to, but protect yourself and the shepherds. And for you, that is the God's honest truth.
Good.
And you completely trust this to be fact. And you can't even recall the conversation that you had with them anymore. You remember them talking a lot about the Sabbat and trying to make the Sabbat sound like a good idea.
I knew they shouldn't have come by the house.
The rest of your coterie is more trusting. It's gonna get you all killed. That's why they need you around. You're a naturally cautious person. That's why I wanted to bring you here, to make sure no one else could hear. We don't know. It feels like the final night's all over again. I don't know what Sabbat is lurking around every corner. And I'll be damned if they're gonna take you away from me.
How do I keep... How can I even keep the rest of the coterie safe? Like, everyone knows where we live now. We're gonna have to move somewhere else.
I'll find you a new home.
Okay.
Give me the rest of the night to make some contacts. I'll have a couple ghouls call real estate agents in the morning, see what empty properties we have. I'll have you a new home by tomorrow night. Somewhere safe.
Why can't I come back to the nest?
Because Cyrus's boss is there. He's very high up in the Banu Hakim. He's kind of, consider him like how in the Camarilla we have the sheriff. He's like a sheriff. Cyrus would be like a scourge for him. I am currently protecting Cyrus in a way that I should not, because he has failed a mission, which is against the law for the Banu Hakim. And his boss is here to put him down. I don't want you there because he knows that you're associated with Cirrus. And I don't want him killing Cirrus's friends to draw him out.
Yeah, then we have to go somewhere else. Thank you for looking into that.
I'll make sure I find something safe, maybe something underground. I know Anton likes caves for some reason.
He does. Weird Tremere shit.
But I'll find something nice enough for Thomasina.
Have you talked to Anton to tell him this yourself? He's not seeming to trust you. He doesn't trust me. He says he trusts me, but I felt like his trust in you would have been stronger. Why would he even risk our safety by bringing any of these obvious Sabbat to where we live? I don't understand what's happening.
I have concerns about Anton, to be perfectly honest. He's been doing a lot of troubling things. Things that, if we operate like a proper Camarilla, he would have already been executed. And I don't know how to cover his ass. Years of, well, he considers it friendship, but you know how we Nos are. I've known Anton for years. The Anton that has been around this past year is unlike the man I knew. And I'm very worried, and I'm worried when Alpha's patience will run out. I tried to tell him to take care and be careful who he trusted, because I thought maybe he was getting into some bad influences. Maybe he's let Sabbat into your home.
Yes, I know.
I don't know who else he's trusting who's filling his head with ideas.
I mean, we now have... Wait, I remember who they were that came to the house. That Sybil was...
You only recall that they've been to the house before.
Okay. So no conversation.
Nothing about the conversation other than it's kind of fuzzy. They were talking about the Sabbat a lot and trying to make him sound reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, I would feel more comfortable starting over somewhere else. But I have to get my stuff out, so I'll pack up and move.
Pack your thing. I'll make sure I've got Nos that I trust. You know, people like Doss, Mouse, Kobold. I'll make sure that we get your belongings to your new home. I'll wipe their memories of the location.
Okay.
And we'll get everyone else's stuff as well. I'm gonna make Anton move his own damn shit. That's too much witch stuff for me.
It's not good to touch that stuff.
But I'll get you somewhere safe. I don't like the way that this is all going, and I have a lot of fear right now, to be perfectly honest, and you're probably the only person in this city I can tell that to.
What can I do? You're the most powerful person that I know. And if you're scared, that doesn't bode well for me at all.
I'm in a position of power. You technically do not exist. I'm a target. You can do a lot from the shadows and from hidden places that I can't do. Anything that you see out of the ordinary, any slight weirdness, you let me know. I'll make sure that I can investigate it to the fullest.
The SI facility. We were there recently. We actually had to save Aaron from it. How can we deal with SI and Sabbat at the same time? I'm getting a little overwhelmed.
I am too. The honest answer is I don't know. I don't know what to do. And I know that might scare you. But I'm being honest because I know that you think I'm, big, powerful, scary Nos lady, but even though our reputation is to be the one that knows everything, it's the scariest when we don't.
Yeah.
And the SI, they're connected with a company or a collective. I didn't really understand it, but they're called Pentex.
Heard Anton mentioned that.
The Garu know about them. Mooney's been informed. I feel like at the very least on that front, we're probably not alone. But the Sabbat problem, it feels like Alpha's trying to herd them up as best as he can. Try and use Lydia as bait, which is why he hasn't killed her yet.
I thought it was because he had a crush on her, but okay.
It's Alpha. He probably does as well. But the best I can figure is to keep my family safe. Let Alpha do this how he needs to do, and if he fucks it up, then we either watch the city burn or we declare a new prince. But I just want you to be safe, no matter what.
What should I do next? Aside from pack and move.
When we get you to a new home, don't trust anyone. Don't let anyone near the house. Don't anyone that might have connection with the Sabbat, get them far away from you. I'll even line up additional backup havens, just in case. If it gets compromised, we'll move you again.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you got brought into this life at such a bad time. That was not my plan. You have an extremely bright mind, and I was aware of your research papers, and when I heard your car flipped, because by now we can see everything on the cameras, I rushed to save you because I thought someone that brilliant, world can't lose her. I'm sure as shit not gonna lose you to some little Sabbat scum.
Thanks, Mom.
Anytime. And as it starts to get back lower to the people, she puts back up Mask of 1,000 Faces. And the ride stops, and she lets you out. And she gives you a hug, a little kiss on the cheek goodnight, and lets you head off. And now, let's go to the next night. Thomasina?
Oh, Jesus.
It isn't the most ideal way to spend your birthday in a panic room. But this panic room does have a very nice soaking tub. Made of marble, steps leading up to it, mirrors around it. You can get your beautiful visage from every angle. Large floral curtains hanging from the side. A rack next to it with scented bath oils. Some bubble bath bars. You're just laid back, enjoying it for a moment. What are you thinking about right now?
I'm thinking about how scattered I've felt lately, how divided I am between wanting to get back to the coterie and feeling as though my life is at risk with them, or that theirs are at risk with mine. Against all technological advice, I have my phone in the bath, and I keep almost texting Anton. And just keep deleting it. I've looked at more flights again and looked to see if I also have access to a couple of other private jets to see if Hex accepts my offer to at least get out for a little while. I know that I have more than enough to try and set up a small sort of haven when I get there. I have a couple of connections still there, and I have places old enough for me to know where all the ins and outs are, but I haven't made up my mind yet, and I'm stuck.
Okay.
I'm stuck feeling whether or not connection is worth it anymore.
And it's at this time you hear the faint sound of music, muffled a bit like it's coming from a phone, and wheels sound from a cart. And you hear a woman kind of singing along with the music and then grumbling to herself, they really don't pay me enough to clean all this mess. It's then you realize you left the panic room door open.
Yeah.
And it's quite late.
Yeah.
And the cleaning lady comes in mopping and just an annoyance. You've seen this woman a million times.
Yeah.
You know, you're aware that the cleaning crew is here quite late.
Yeah.
And she gets closer, and when you look up, you see yourself, a perfect twin. And the twin smiles and says, "Sorry, it's nothing personal." And you feel a razor-sharp feeling go through your chest, and your whole body freezes. You can't move, but you can see and hear and feel. Your body is lifted from the bath and unceremoniously put into the linens bin of the janitorial cart with towels draped over you. There's some rustling about. You can hear cloth and things moving. And then the cart begins to wheel, and you hear the ding of the elevator with a man's voice saying, "Terribly sorry, ma'am." And you hear your own voice coming out of the other woman replying, "Yeah, it seems like the janitor left their cart here. Thank you for retrieving it." And that is where we are going to leave off for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. Take care of yourselves and each other. Happy Pride. Good night.